What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, GinaMan94, here to give you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for December 13th, 2016. It was a pretty average show. It wasn't a bad show. It was, pretty standard. We got a few things settled. Seeing, a few people get number one contendership opportunities and a few title matches set up for the next pay-per-view that they'll have. And, just progressing storylines a little bit more, but for once, I might have to give Raw the edge this week. It's not that SmackDown was bad, it was just that Raw was more entertaining to me. By a little bit. It wasn't by much, but it was by a little bit. But nonetheless, let's get into the review. So SmackDown kicked off with Shane and Daniel Bryan watching the footage of what happened last week and the Miz versus Dean Ambrose match for the IC title, where Maurice and Ellsworth got involved. Shane and Daniel were yelling at Ellsworth in the office, telling him he can't interfere in matches like this, especially championship matches. You had Ellsworth just coughing and sneezing like this man was sick or something, and just sneezing all over them, and they were just like, you can't even compete in your championship match for the night, so we're just going to postpone the match for now. You'll get it in the future, but you just go home. Just take the night off because you're obviously not well. So after this, we get a Miz TV segment with AJ Styles. AJ came out. Him and Miz were exchanging pleasantries. AJ says Daniel Bryan and Shane did James Ellsworth a favor by postponing the match. And then the Miz asks, so what's next for you? AJ says, well, I beat everybody on the roster. Nobody's on the same level as me. I'm the champ that runs the camp, the face that runs the place. I beat John Cena. I beat Dean Ambrose. What more is there for me to do? And then, Miz was like, well, I'm a prestigious champion as well. And no offense, but I've taken the IC title and made it legendary. And I beat Dean Ambrose last week. And you have not taken your title and made it legendary. You've made it, feel very important, but you haven't made it legendary like I have. I'm above your level. I'm not on your level. You're right. Nobody's on your level. I'm above it. And then, oh my God, they got up like they was about to start throwing hands. They threw them titles to the side. They was taking off their whatever they had on. They were about to throw them hands. And then before they could get a chance to start throwing hands, Dean Ambrose came out. And, after he gets in the ring, Dolph Ziggler comes out as well. So I'm just like, oh, we about to get a tag team match or something? Ziggler gets in the ring and says, you two paper champions talk a lot for two people who can't win a match without cheating. And since you, Miz, want to hide up under Maurice's skirt, you might as well hide up under AJ's. And then Miz gets pissed, gets in the ring, hits him with a skull-crushing finale. Then Dean catches him with a dirty deeds. All the while, AJ Styles like, I ain't getting involved in this. I think he's still feeling the effects of that TLC match. I think his leg's still a little on the injured side. I think he'll be alright, though. He wasn't in a walking boot anymore or anything. And then Luke Harper pops up out of nowhere and hits Dean with a clothesline. And then he points at AJ Styles. I'm like, oh, okay. He wants a shot at the championship. This is different. Somebody new. So, after that, then I think it was AJ busting into Daniel and Shane's office saying that he needs protection because he got 3 guys coming after his championship, or 4. He got 4 guys coming after his title. And Shane and Daniel was like, well, look, this is what we'll do. We'll put Luke Harper, Miz, Dolph, and Dean Ambrose in a fatal 4-way elimination match. And the winner of that will become the number 1 contender for your championship. So that was pretty cool. That was our main event. Got our main event all set up. The winner of that match will face AJ Styles, I guess, at the next pay-per-view or whatever. However they want to do it. So after that, we get our first match. Natalya versus Carmella. Natalya was trying to plead her case to Nikki Bella, who was sitting on commentary. She was just trying to tell her, I wasn't the one that attacked you, and just, trying to get it out before Carmella came out and interrupted her. And right on cue, Carmella's music hit and she came out and interrupted her, so she couldn't tell her. So then they have the match, and Natalya started off beating the hell out of Carmella. And it got more competitive as the match went on, but for the whole match, they were yelling at Nikki Bella that both of them were lying and trying to convince her that they weren't the one that attacked her, that the other person was. Natalya went as far as to even go outside the ring and go up to her on the announce table, tell her it wasn't her. Nikki Bella got up and started walking away, and Natalya's just pleading her case, and then Carmella went to go push Nikki Bella into Natalya, and Natalya moved her out of the way and then started attacking her, threw her back into the ring, but Carmella was able to roll her up and get the victory. So Natalya is just like looking dumbfounded that she lost the match, and she just sees Nikki Bella walking away, trying to get her to believe her. Nikki Bella even said on commentary, they've been friends for 10 years, so why would she do something like that if she's really the one that did it? It doesn't make any sense, but, maybe. After that, we got Gabriel Iglesias, a.k.a. Fluffy, the comedian. He had a little segment with Apollo Crews, and then the Miz and Maurice told him to be quiet. Then they started clowning each other's outfits that they had on or whatever. It was pretty much a pointless segment to me. I think they need to leave these celebrities alone. Like, I can't do it with, like, the superstar interaction. Like, I just, it's not that entertaining to me. It makes no sense, because it's not gonna, unless Apollo Crews is gonna lead up to a match with the Miz. This segment was pointless, completely pointless. I didn't see a reason for it to even happen. He should have just been backstage, and they should have just left it at that, or just put him on Talking Smack or something. Do something like that. You didn't have to give him a segment on SmackDown. That was pointless. Next, we got the number one contender tag team battle royal. We had 6 teams in this match: the Ascension, Hype Bros, Beauty and the Man Beast, the Vaudevillains, Breezango, and American Alpha. Now, the thing with this match is one person on each team could be eliminated, but both members needed to be gone for the whole team to be, completely out of the match. So one member could win the match for the whole team. And that's pretty much what happened. This dude, Mojo Rawley, I'm going to need whatever this man is on, because he is out of control. Like, the bell rung, and he immediately ran at Simon Gotch and threw him out the ring. And this dude, Aiden English, was just looking over at Simon Gotch like, dude, what happened? No! The look on his face was priceless. Oh my god. I was dying laughing. It was hilarious. But yeah, the match went on. It was just, they were just trying to eliminate each other. Heath Slater accidentally eliminated Rhyno from the match. I don't think they're going to be a tag team for much longer. I think Rhino's just going to, assume his post. I think he won, like, Congressman of Michigan or something like that. So he's probably about to be gone. Then Aiden English got eliminated, getting rid of the Vaudevillains. American Alpha got eliminated. Then Heath Slater eventually was gone. Then Breezango was gone. And that was left up to the Hype Bros and the Ascension. And guess who won the match, guys? Did you guess? Did you really guess? Did you? It was the Hype Bros. The Hype Bros are the number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Why do we continue to bury the Ascension? Really? I said it like a few reviews ago. Like, we're just going to treat them like they've never mattered. Ever since that segment on Raw when JBL and the APA and the New Age Outlaws buried them, they're just jobbers now. If you watched any of their matches in NXT, you would know that these guys are great. They can work, they can get over, and they can win matches. They were, at one point, like I said, the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions. And now they're just jokes. What's the point? They're not legit no more. They haven't won a match in so long. I can't even remember what match it was. Maybe it was their debut match on Raw. Maybe they did like a few enhancement matches, and then after that, they haven't won an important tag team match. But the Hype Bros win, and they're the new number one contenders for the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family is going to destroy them. So if there was any team that looked legit other than American Alpha, it would have been the Ascension. But then again, they haven't been winning matches, so how can they look legit, right? Exactly. So you got the Hype Bros who are going to get destroyed by Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, and I can't wait to see it. Next we were gonna have Alexa Bliss versus Deonna Purrazzo, who Alexa no-sold, but Alexa grabbed the mic and just started burying her. She was just like, who do you think you are? Are you like Jane Ellsworth or something? Saying she was like married to James Ellsworth. I was just dying. I'm like, never did she just call her that. She said she doesn't do charity cases, and she pretty much just threw her out of the ring. Like I said, she no-sold the hell out of her. And then Becky Lynch came out. She apologized, saying she was rude last week and caught Alexa off guard, asking for the rematch. And she wasn't even in her ring gear last week, and now she is. And then Becky said, well, I'm in my ring gear, and if you're looking for some real competition, we can have the rematch right now. Alexa was like, yeah, no. Took the powder, walked away. But this time, Shane McMahon came out, was like, nah, that's not how we do things on SmackDown. We're going to have this match right now, so you better get ready. Alexa was pissed off. She had to defend her title against Becky Lynch. So that was the match we actually did get. Becky versus Alexa for the WWE Women's Championship. Becky was on her ass at the beginning of this match. She wanted that title back. She got caught off guard at TLC in that tables match. And she wanted to make Alexa know that she should be the Women's Champion still, and that she just got lucky. Like I said, she had Alexa on her heels for a majority of this match. Alexa was just running away from her when she could. And then she slid out of the ring, and it seemed like she tweaked her knee a little bit. And she never got back into the ring, and Becky didn't go after her. She got counted out, and that was the end of the match. So Becky was obviously pissed because she went after her, because she knew she had to be faking. She just didn't want to defend her title because she knew Becky was going to beat her. Just getting more heat from the crowd by getting counted out, faking the injury, and then Becky threw her back in, and somehow Alexa got away, and then, walked away from that. Still the WWE Women's Champion, but she only won by count out, so I'm sure they're going to have another match. Becky's probably going to complain to somebody, and they'll have a rematch soon. And then we get the main event match. Wow, this SmackDown kind of went by kind of fast. It wasn't really a lot that went on. We got a few segments, a few matches, but now we get the main event. Luke Harper versus The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. I, myself, particularly enjoyed this match because it was a little bit different with the added element of Luke Harper in the match, who was just the star of this match. He shined in this match. Like, this man was crazy. He was taking them all out. He started off on a rampage. He got Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler out the ring very easily. And then The Miz looked at him like, hey, big dog, I don't even want them problems. You got it. Let's team up. Yeah, let me and you. We can go after. We can take them out. And then we can handle our business later. But let me get on your good side. Harper looked at him. Miz tried to shake his hand. Harper was having none of that. And he went after Miz too. They were able to slow him down for a little bit, but he just came back more relentless than ever. They were like throwing their souls at each other, man. And Harper, man, I can't say enough about, how good he looked in this match. It's surprising because you wouldn't expect somebody random to just get thrown in this match and actually look the best out of three very top contenders for the WWE Championship. But, Harper did just that. Miz got rolled up by Dean Ambrose and was the first one to get eliminated from the match. Then it took a minute for the next elimination to happen, but it winded up being Luke Harper, and I'm just like, it would have been nice to have him win, but he's probably not ready yet. So maybe in the future, but I like what they did here, possibly building him up to where in the future he could possibly go for the title, maybe, but didn't really expect him to win. It would have been nice, but not too mad about it. And then after he got eliminated, Ambrose and Ziggler went to war with each other. Dean hit a pretty, he had him on the apron, and he did this little catapult gimmick, and Dolph flew into the ring post, and they were pretty close to it, so he sold it pretty well. And he looked like he died after that. But, they got back into the ring, and Dean went to the top rope, and then Ziggler followed up with a springboard, not a springboard, a face buster. He had a face buster off the top rope, and they were just, like I said, going after each other, trying to win the match, trying to become the number one contender. And then The Miz came back out to interfere in the match, which kind of didn't make sense. because Shane said that if anybody interfered in the match, then that would result in like a disqualification or elimination for whoever they interfered for. So technically, both men should have been disqualified or eliminated. I don't know. I wasn't clear on that, because if The Miz is eliminated from the match, that means now he becomes outside interference. I don't know. Wasn't pretty clear on how that worked, but nonetheless, they continued to fight, but Miz started to interfere. They double teamed him, took him out. And as Ambrose was getting back into the ring, Miz held his foot down. He stomped him and got him up off of him. Finally got into the ring, but was distracted enough that when he got back in, he caught a super kick. Dolph Ziggler hit him with the super kick and was able to pick up the victory, which is surprising. I thought Dean was going to win this match. But Dolph Ziggler is your new #1 contender for the WWE World Championship. I don't know who's going to get their match first, whether it's Ellsworth or Dolph, or if they're going to do like a triple threat match. But I don't know. Dolph Ziggler earned himself a chance at AJ Styles. I don't know what they're doing with Ellsworth. I'm so confused on it now. Doesn't make sense. I don't know if they were just protecting Styles here, or what they're going to do. They keep advertising the championship match, and then it doesn't happen. So I don't know. Styles just needs to kill Ellsworth when they do finally have their match, and that just needs to be how that should go. It shouldn't be competitive at all. Ellsworth needs to hit rock bottom, because he's on his high horse right now, so he needs to get knocked off. AJ needs that heat, and yeah, it'll be cool. Hopefully, if they do it that way. So let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown. Let me know if you guys thought if Raw was better than SmackDown. I'm gonna give Raw the edge for once, by a little bit, but I think Raw was slightly more entertaining than SmackDown was. But like I said, not to say SmackDown was a bad show at all. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys felt. Slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Check out Collision Course Pro Wrestling. The website will be down in the description. I was live tweeting on the Twitter account, so go ahead and make sure you guys follow that. It's at CollisionPW on Twitter. We're trying to live stream Raw and SmackDown shows, and possibly the pay-per-views as well. So go ahead and check that out for us. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.